Hey, hello everybody, MaxCG Game here, and welcome back to another Arc Top 5, and this is actually at Arc Top 6, because there's so many creatures to get through, and I couldn't miss one extra out. So yeah, Top 6 instead today, close enough, but then today, instead of doing Scorched Earth like last time, we're going to be doing Aberration this time. So, yeah, hope you guys are all doing well. We're going to get into the gist of this. I hope you guys all enjoy this video. You know what to do if you do. Hit the like button, or else I'm going to be annoyed. I'm only joking. Okay, yeah, so we're going to do this as number 6 as the least good, and number 1 as, like, the best one you want to get. So yeah, albeit, by the way, I'm missing out the glow pets because they're essential to Aberration success. If you want to complete Aberration, do well, you need glow pets, so it's kind of a no-brainer. So, it's like, oh my god, so top 1, you have to get a glow pet. Yeah, everyone knows that, you got to get a glow pet. But anyhow, so we're missing out glow pets. We're doing just other tames separately that you can optional tame, but are really recommended. So for number 6, we got a special guest here from the Arc Aberration series. This is Baron. He was a very prized Ravager from the tribe of Idiocy. But yeah, Ravagers are fantastic. They're like the direwolf of this map, but even better. So Ravagers have the same kind of things that direwolf. They got the same kind of things that direwolves have. They've got the pack bonus. They've got the claws, the bites, blah blah blah. But for starters, they've got other attacks you can use, like a little claw attack here, as well as a bite. But as well as that, they can jump a lot more efficiently. Well, actually, no. To be fair, actually, no. The jump's kind of irrelevant. What's more important about this, and I should have showcased this. Well, I should have had this ready to showcase. Yeah. So as well as the things that they can do, the average bite, the pack bonus, and all that things that direwolves can do, they've got something unique that other wolves, well, other pack animals can't do. If I just showcase that, if I, let's say, pick the tree, and then put it there, you need, I mean, this is Aberration gear unique. I think you can get them on things like Valguero, maybe. But this is the gear you unlock on Aberration only, I'll point out. But you can shoot a zip line with the crossbow, and what do you know? You can do this with it. You can literally go up and down the rope. You can press right on the thumbstick and go upside down if you want to be badass. And you can literally do this on any terrain. This is how me and the guys got around on Aberration. A lot. You know, and you can turn around and then just full on slide down. And to be fair, you don't even need a zipline. Sometimes when you'll be exploring the terrain, you'll have just random natural ziplines made out of just foliage, if I'm pronouncing that right. And you can just crawl across those as well using the Ravager. So the Ravager is a fantastic tame. And just in general, it's a simple tame. You just knock him out with some narcotics, you know, and just some trank arrows or whatever you got. Knock him out, feed him some meat. Boom, there's your tame. Your saddle's easy to make. You make it on your person. Unfortunately, you can't just ride them normally like the direwolf. That's probably the only thing the direwolf has over this one. It doesn't need a saddle. But, you know, I'm pretty sure they can't harvest. Yeah, they can. Yeah, they can't harvest. But they're excellent fighters. If we go on and take on this Stego, I mean, bear in mind this Ravager is high level. It was from the Aberration series, but still. Go on. I do know that the little claw attack with the secondary attack with that claw, it does a lot more damage than the bite. So it is a fantastic tame worth getting, this Ravager. So I'd strongly recommend it because it is one of the best tames you can get early on for getting around. So yeah, thank you very much, Baron, for the demonstration. So yeah, number 6 is, of course, the Ravager. Okay, so rolling in at number 5, we've got the magnificent Roll Rat. Okay, so as derpy and silly as this thing looks, it's also incredibly useful and kind of awesome with this whole rolling thing. So let's start off with how to tame this thing. Roll Rats are all over the place in Aberration, mainly like the starting areas, but you can find them in all kinds of spots. They'll just be wandering around. But what's interesting is it's not a knockout tame. You need to. The tricky part is you've got to go to a beehive. So I'd recommend taming a bear for this. Tame a bear, and once you've got the bear, find a beehive. They're not too difficult to find in Aberration. Find a beehive, use the claw attack, get as much honey as you can. Sometimes you might not need too much, depends on the level of the Roll Rat. Yeah, get that honey, and then once you find a Roll Rats will be wandering around. And what's interesting about Roll Rats is that when they're wandering around, they'll occasionally burrow into the ground just like any mole would, because they're, you know, they're called like a mole rat / roll rat. They'll burrow under the ground and dig up berries and, well, not berries, dig up gems and wood and things like that, all kinds of materials that you need to survive, especially the gems. So when it burrows underground like that, you throw the honey. Literally, you press the button, whatever your console platform you're on. Oh, I'm going to be attacked by a bunch of... Hang on, let's kill these guys. God damn it. I'm busy. There you go. Go on, Barrett. Alright, where was I? Just pack of Ravagers came out of nowhere. You see what I mean? Dangerous. Right, where was I? Oh, yeah. So, you press whatever icon or button it is to drop your loot. And you drop the honey directly on top of the hole that the mole has crawled out of. Well, no, crawled into, sorry. And then once you've dropped it in, it will start the taming process. And once you've thrown the honey in, it's as simple as that. It will be tamed, depending on how fast your taming rates are. But that will be it. It will be tamed. Easy peasy. Throw the honey into the hole. Then you got a roll rat. The saddle is something else. Because the saddle is... this creature's all like the Doedicurus, except it looks logical. You know, with the Doedicurus, you just sit on the back or getting crushed as it rolls along. But the roll rat, the saddle is ideal. It covers you up. And it's a 3-seater. I'll point out, it is indeed a 3-seater. By the way I took out those Ravagers, I wouldn't recommend using this thing. It has only got a bite attack. It is not recommended for fighting. I've just got this thing leveled up just to show you guys. But as well as the fact that it can roll around and get you around really easily, it can destroy whatever you go through, like that tree. And just in general, if I go up to a tree, I'm pretty sure these guys are good harvesters. Yeah, look at that. We've got berries, we've got a bunch of wood. So this thing's like an alternative to a mammoth or something that gathers wood, really. And so this thing is a fantastic gatherer. You can gather berries, wood, thatch, you name it. It's got good weight. Look at that. We can gather plenty of what we need. So that's a fantastic thing. So 3-seater, good gatherer, rolling around. But the most important part about the roll rat goes back to the gathering ability. So if you want to be able to get this thing together, what you want to do, we might not be able to get it to do that. I mean, I can set it to try and do it, but it'll be just luck of the draw, really. But if I put behavior, enable wandering, because what you need to do, if you put your roll rat on wandering, it'll do what any wild roll rat will. And basically, when a roll rat burrows underground, you need the gems. The blue gems, the green gems, and occasionally, if you can find them, the red gems. Because gems are crucial for making gear like the hazard suit that I'm wearing. And yeah, if you want that stuff, you need to get those gems. And the best way to get gems, instead of having to steal from rats, because if you take gems from wild roll rats, they will get mad and aggro onto you. So you want to get the gems from your tamed roll rat. Just anyone wondering, the R1 doesn't seem to want to do it, but that is how you get him to do it, really. Either that, or go ahead and steal from a wild roll rat and don't get killed. It's the best advice I've got for you. I thought he was going to do it then. So, to be fair, when they bite onto stuff like that, it looks like he's gathering stuff, to be fair. Maybe I'm wrong. Hang on a minute. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that... I think he's just eating. No, yeah, so... Number 5 is indeed the roll rat. Yeah, okay, guys, so at number 3, we have the Aberrant Stego. Now, you might be wondering why I'm doing this, but hear me out. So, the Aberrant Stego has the same qualities as any other Stego on something like the island. You know, they're really good at gathering things like wood and thatch. You know, if I can demonstrate that right now. I mean, admittedly, they're always going to be slow, but that's not going to be a problem for the reason I'm asking you to tame one of these, or recommending you might. There you go, so you look at that, thatch, wood, berries. So we already know the Stego's a great gatherer, and they already know they're easy to tame, knock out, berries, make the saddle in a smithy, easy peasy. But the main reason I'd recommend a Stego is actually for the boss fight. Now, I know not a lot of people would get to the boss fight, but trust me, it is a fantastic strat because we did it in the Aberration boss fight. Long story short, against the Rockwell boss fight, if you, I'll get back to it, but if you get a Karkinos and you have 2 Stegos, which you have bred like this one, because this is a Stego, this is actually, I forgot to mention, this Stego is also a special guest. This is Star from the Aberration, because this Stego itself was used in the boss fight. And you can see that it's got really powerful health stats. It was maxed out health, and then bred with another health Stego, if I'm correct, or maybe something like that. And all of its levels were put into nothing but health, because it was not needed to attack. It was needed for its health. So long story short, you get some really nice health stat Stegos. You get 2, and then you pick them up with a Karkinos, like the one over there. And essentially, they are shields. You can. Because in the Rockwell boss fight, you know you need to shoot the tentacles. So the technique: get on your Karkinos, grab your 2 giant health stat Stegos, and then just sit there and enjoy the ride and shoot tentacles, because you'll be fine, because the Stegos will be there absorbing all the damage from the Karkinos' claws while you're there doing damage. That is the main reason I recommend. Obviously, just in general, these things are these things are already tanky, and they're good at gathering and all that stuff. You already know the drill with that from my island experience. But aside from that, it is a brilliant tame, and highly recommend it for the boss fight, because I used it myself, and so did Joe. So yeah, that is the best I've got for this one. You already know the rest about Stego, but I really recommend it for especially in use on the Aberration boss fight against Rockwell. So yeah, number 4 is the Aberrant Stego. You guys probably saw this one coming. Number 3 is the Karkinos. Yeah. So this is also another special guest. This is Ariel from the Aberration series as well, and you guessed it, it's exactly what I was going on with the Stego. Firstly, I'll mention how you tame the Karkinos. It's a pretty tedious tame, but I'll put a link into the description to an episode on Aberration where I did indeed manage to knock out and tame one of these. You need a catapult or a cannon, ideally a catapult, because it doesn't do as much damage, but you got to make sure you hit your hits. You got to make a trap. There's plenty of guys on YouTube, but if you want to use the trap that you want to see the trap that I used for it, the link to the video will be in the description. But you trap the Karkinos, and you use your catapult, and you've got to shoot the rear end of the shell, the back end of the shell, any other spot, and you'll kill it. You've got to shoot the back end of the shell eventually, and it will get knocked out. It's tedious, but it's the only way, I'm afraid. But once you've done that, you've knocked out the crab. It will need things like kibble or maybe meat. You know, if you've got kibble, that's the best way to tame it. But meat works just as well, I believe. But once you've tamed it, it's a fantastic mount. So you've got the saddle. You make that into smithy, I believe. So you've got your right claw slam, your left claw slam. If you hold it down, of course, you can pick stuff up. And this is where it comes in useful in the Aberration boss fight. So you already knew this was coming. So obviously, there's one Stego. You'd have another Stego on the other claws. And then you'd be in first person doing damage with your shotgun. Obviously not crossbow like me. But you'd have a pump action shotgun ideally. Ascendant maybe. And then you would go on and do damage. And also, just in general, you can also throw stuff. There you go, and boom, you can throw animals as well. So you can pick Stegos up, Parasaurs, Raptors. You can pick up a lot of animals with the Karkinos. And they can even leap. Look at this. They can leap incredibly high. Very beneficial tame. And they're really good at fighting, because you can pick any animal up and just do damage. Fantastic tame. I loved using the Karkinos. I wish I could use it more. But yeah, so this is fantastic tame. So yeah, knockout with the freaking catapult, and then it's all yours. So yeah, number 3 is indeed the Karkinos. Alrighty guys, I had to say it's nighttime for this one, but number 2, we've got the Aberrant Megalosaurus. Now this one is a bit of a no-brainer for this map, but I'll explain it for anyone who's not used to Aberration. Firstly, you've got no Rexes on Aberration, so you're gonna have to improvise for your boss fight. Yeah, you could go Aberrant Spinos, but the more efficient one is the Aberrant Megalosaurus. And we've got another special guest here from the Aberration series. This is Aurora. And pretty much, you know how to tame a Megalosaurus. Basic knockout with some trags, feed him some meat, ideally prime meat. And you've got a simple tame. So basically how it works with a Megalosaurus, at nighttime, these things get an incredible buff to damage, movement, speed, stamina, you name it. They get an overall massive buff whenever it's nighttime. And that's why they're freaking monsters on Aberration, because on Aberration, pretty much 90% of the time it's nighttime, you know, because daytime is very random, most of the time it's very short, and it's nighttime nearly all the time. And that's when these things come to life. They've got their yellow eyes, because obviously during the day they're just sleeping, their sleep debt builds up if they're awake, and they're moving slowly. But at nighttime these things are disgustingly powerful. You know, I mean, obviously for starters, you've got your left trigger, you can pick stuff up and absolutely just slaughter them. You know, but you can go around and just do non-stop damage. Obviously, this is a high-leveled one, but even in general, even if you get like a level 20, it is going to do you wonders when it's nighttime early on stage. Obviously, they're difficult to tame. You just got to be careful you're not engaging at nighttime. If it's daytime, they're going to be slow. Here you go, it's a Stego. Let's murder this guy. Look at that. Slaughtered. This is only a 305, so think about what you could do if you've got an even high-level one. So they are very, very powerful tame, and that's what you want to get. So you've got your strat. Think about it. Let me run it through you. Your Aberration Rockwell strat, You got your two buddies on your Karkinos. Well, no, you're on your Karkinos carrying the Stegos doing damage to tentacles. Meanwhile, you've got a freaking pack of Megalosauruses all at Rockwell's chest, ready to do damage when the tentacles go down. Because trust me, it works. We had a whole pack of Megalosauruses all bred up, and they slaughtered. Obviously, everything here is low levels. That's why we're one-hitting them. But these things are very reliable. You can even take on Reapers with this thing. So, number 2 is the Megalosaurus. I definitely recommend getting a good pack of these. Good bred stats, more like breeding stats. And just in general, at nighttime, they will do so much damage. So, not even for the boss fight, just in general for getting around, they will keep you safe. And you can even pick friendly tames up. You know, you can pick friendly tames up, grab them, and move them around. So, yeah. Number 2 is, of course, the Megalosaurus. Thank you, Aurora, for the demonstration. Okay, guys, number 1, I will quickly point out, if you're wondering why the Reaper King is not in number 1, they're a very difficult thing to tame, and as I proved, you only need a few Megalosauruses, a Karkinos, and some Stegos, and you can beat the Aberration boss fight no problem. So Reapers, very difficult to tame Reapers, but not quite worth it, unless you just want to own them for the collection like we did. But anyhow, number 1 is, of course, without a doubt, the Rock Drake. And I'm showcasing the tech saddle here that you unlock after you beat the Rockwell boss fight. We've got a special guest here. This is Artemisia. This is like a little bit like Smaug, the prime tame of Aberration. Artemisia is a big asset. We didn't use Artemisia in the boss fight. We used Finn's Rock Drake, Nathan Drake, but I don't want to risk losing my own because I was on the Karkinos. But anyhow, the Rock Drake. It's very similar very similar obtaining method to the Wyverns from Scorched Earth. You need to go to the trenches, steal yourself an egg, and the trenches is like the big yellow area. I'm going to save you, if you want to look for that area, there's plenty of places on YouTube. I don't really want to go through that right now. I'm here to describe the creature itself. But yeah, you go to the yellowish area, go into the trench, steal yourself a Rock Drake egg, prepare to for hell to be unleashed. Make sure you've got plenty of backup to deal with them. Like a good pump-action shotgun at least. But once you've escaped, you got your egg. Once you've hatched it, you've got a beautiful Rock Drake. And they do need a saddle. It's not like the Wyverns. You do need a saddle for these. And obviously the tech saddle is just a reward from the boss fight. But the saddle is simple enough to make. But once you do, this is, without a doubt, the best aim. Because there are no flies on Scorched Earth. So what you want to do on here, you want to just get one of these and glide around. Because look at that. You can get around so easily. You can charge, you can slam down. You can literally go anywhere and traverse literally any terrain. And I'm dead serious on that one. You can go on any terrain at all. Look, I'll show you. You can glide and then charge. And then look, you're on a wall. You know, you can go on any terrain whatsoever. The Rock Drakes are fantastic. Of course, you've got the ability as well. They can go invisible as well. So you can hide yourselves from any threats. And of course, if you get the tech saddle, then you've got guns. You know, so that alone is a bit OP, but obviously not many people would get that. You know, I mean, look at this. This is ideal. Rock Drakes are fantastic. They're Finn's personal favourite tame, like mine's the Wyvern. But you can use Rock Drakes for... I mean, we use them for literally nearly everything we did on Aberration. You know, we use them for getting around, flying over places. Plus, you can take them up to the surface and go drop hunting because the surface is a dangerous place. Obviously, at daytime is fire 24/7. But at nighttime, you can go around and collect drops. And obviously, there's Reapers all over the place. So you can fly around, or glide around, should I say, on the Rock Drake. And you are sorted. You are safe. And not to mention, they're a two-seater. You can get 2 people on this as well. That's another bonus. They do obviously have, like, the bite attack. They're not exactly used for attacking all the time. I mean, obviously they can, but they're not as efficient as like a Wyvern would be. But no, very fantastic tame. And if there weren't Wyverns in the game, this would probably be my favourite tame you can get. Because they are, I mean, they can swim, I'll point out. They're not very good swimmers, but they can swim, in case you're wondering. Because obviously, flyers can't swim, but this is a glider, not a flyer. But no, so number 1, without a shadow of a doubt, would have been our Artemisia, the Rock Drake, or any Rock Drake in general. They are such a fantastic tame, and they can just glide endlessly. And of course, until you hit the ground. So yeah, guys, I do hope you enjoyed this video. So summary, number 6 is the Ravager. Number 5 is the Roll Rat. Number 4, the Stego. 3, Karkinos. 2, Megalosaurus. And 1 is, of course, the Rock Drake. So, Artemisia, thank you very much for the demonstration. I do appreciate it with a badass rock drake like yourself.
I offer freedom without consequence or responsibility.
So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this Aberration Top 5/Top 6 video. I don't know if I'm going to do another one of these soonish yet. I need to think of some ideas because I'm barely far into Extinction with Finn yet. We've got a lot to do, so I can't exactly make a top 5 whatever for that map yet. And I know when I do it, I'm going to exclude the Titans because... Come on. I don't think I need to explain that. So if anyone has any ideas on what other top 5s I can do, it doesn't have to be creatures, could be other things to get or build, please let me know. But yes, we've done top 5 Scorched Earth Tames and we've done top 6 Aberration Tames. So be sure to let me know what other ideas you've got in the comments section below. But if you did enjoy this video, guys, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and hit the bell button. You know the stupid drill. But guys, thanks so much for watching. Like, subscribe. I'll see you next time on the channel. You guys take care of yourselves, and goodbye.